Most teenagers learn about the birds and the bees at a young age.
They know where babies come from and even know how to protect themselves, yet they are still getting pregnant at an alarming rate. ABC 3340's Yanu Adagio and photojournalist Bruce Nix have the candid comments of teens and why they say the lessons aren't working.
I have heard a lot of people say that sex is better without protection or whatever, but I guess you get so tempted to do it at the spur of the moment, so it just happens.
They've heard the messages about protection over and over again, yet some teenagers just don't seem to get it. 16-year-old Skylin Garrett estimates of the 1,300 students at her school, at least half are dealing with pregnancy in one way or another.
Because it's all around us and you see girls getting pregnant all the time.
She came around and said, well, I'm pregnant, it hurting me. I'm sorry.
Pregnancy became real for Diamond Davis when she learned her older sister had a baby on the way.
I wanted to see my sister play basketball at Tennessee. That's the place she always wanted to go, so.
For 16-year-old Devontae Ravizzi, the shock came from an ex-girlfriend.
She got pregnant about around the time we were going out. It wasn't my baby, but at the same time, just the feelings that I had for her, it was wow.
Now 18, Shantria Frazier says she didn't even realize she was pregnant until she was more than 3 months along.
I just thought everything was over. I just thought my life was over. I was scared.
A child herself, only in the 8th grade, her fear was how she would tell her mother.
I wrote this long note just to get my emotions out and stuff. And then I wasn't going to show her, so I tore it up and I threw some of it in the dumpster and I left some of it in a bag in the house.
I seen the word pregnant on a big piece of paper. And that kind of got my attention.
If I could get past this baby stage, then I thought I can go on with life, but right then my life stopped. Everything just stopped.
Now a senior in high school, she has dreams of attending Auburn or Tennessee State University. In hindsight, she admits to being careless then. Adolescent medicine doctor Tina Simpson says nearly half of all high school students have had sex before they graduate, and Frazier's case isn't that out of the ordinary.
We see patients here in our clinic, unfortunately, who are also, about 8th grade, who are sexually active.
Dr. Simpson says many young girls go to the clinic perhaps suspecting they may be pregnant, but hoping they aren't. They use the visit as an opportunity to try to start birth control, but it's often too late.
I think parents need to start talking early and often. Again, establishing, kind of what are the expectations, what are the expectations of the child as it relates to sexuality.
Dr. Simpson says parents need to keep their teenagers both busy and involved.
Oftentimes, I feel that many teens become sexually active because they're looking for things to do.
It wasn't enough for Jessica George.
I was a varsity cheerleader.
She's now 18 with a baby on the way.
I tried out, I made the team on varsity again, and in May, my period didn't come on, so I was worried about that. I was like, well, I'm a cheerleader, I can't be pregnant.
She quit the squad and is now focused on becoming a mother, graduating high school, and figuring out how she'll go on to college.
I'm a good student, I make good grades, so it's hard for me to have to do all my work and worry about a child coming.
Like so many others, Jessica knew the consequences but didn't think it could happen to her. In Alabama, teenagers as young as 14 can get hormonal birth control without parental consent. And while the contraceptives may keep them from getting pregnant as long as they take them, they are by no means the answer to the bigger problems surrounding teenage pregnancy.
While you can do this, it's really important to have that open conversation with your parents.